Samskarams. We welcome you all for the today's Sanatan Dharma program, speech by Dr. T. Visalakshi garu on Shodasa Samskaras. Before starting of our speech, we'll have prayer by Atidhi.
Suklam Bharadaram Vishnum Sasivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavatanam Dhyayet Sarva Vignopasantaye Saraswati Namastupyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambam Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.
Thank you, Yasaswini. Now, Visalakshi Mama garu will be delivering lecture on Shodasa Samskaras. Amma, please continue.
Okay. Om Sri Mahaganatipataye Namaha. Om Sri Parvati Rajarajeshwarabhyam Namaha. Om Sri Metha Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Sri Mahasaraswatyai Namaha. Om Shivaya Gurave Namaha. Om Namah Shivaya cha Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Now, out of Shodasa Samskaras, we have completed 11. Now, this is the 12th one. Samavartana Samskara or Snatakotsava Samskara. Snataka means Gurukula Vasa Nivrutti. Returning home from Gurukula after completing Veda Achyena, Veda Vidya Achenam. So, this Snataka Samskara is of 3 types. They are called as Vidya Snataka, Vrata Snataka, and Vivaha Purva Kruta Snataka. So, Vidya Snataka is that sacrament performed by the Acharya while giving permission to Brahmachari after completion of his education after nearly 15 or 16 years of observing hard celibacy, leading the life with several restrictions, making the body suffer a lot, with continuous education and work at hermitage without aspiring any desires and luxuries, not even comforts. So after completing education with hard work, the student is considered to be worthy of receiving the certificate of his education. Then the Guru permits him to go home and enter into Grihasthasrama. So the Guru permits the disciple after preaching all the disciples, after preaching them about their duties before entering into society. So this is the final teaching that would be given by the Acharya to all the students. Now we are going to know about this Vidya Snataka Samskara here now. So the second one is Vrata Snataka. After performing Veda Vidyas, Veda Vratas and completing them, the disciple performs the Snataka, and that is called as Vrata Snataka. Now the third Snataka, it is Snatakotsava performed before celebrating the marriage. So almost all people know about this Snataka. Because at the time of marriage, they do this Snataka. So it's very much well known. And think that Snataka means only this one. Because most of them do not know about Vrata Snataka and Vidya Snataka also. Because even at this present age also, Snatakotsava is celebrated to give degrees to the students who complete their studies, either bachelor or master's degree. So we call that as convocation in English, but that is Vidya Snataka. And Veda Vrata Snataka, both are called as Upaya Snatakas. So now during Gurukula Vasa, Brahmachari sleeps, that is Brahmacharis, they sleep on the ground, get bhiksha from household people, Grihasthas, and eat what Guru Patni gives them. And they study continuously throughout the day, go to the forest and collect fruits, roots, samhitas, etc. whenever Acharya instructs them. Now, after completion of education, they leave all these restrictions. Take Abhyangana Snana, apply scent to the body, wear new clothes. suitable to those who stay at cities. Till that time, even the dress will be different. So now they get ready to go home. To make this thus ready to leave the Gurukula to go home is called as Snataka Samskara. Just a minute, 1 minute. So they get ready to go home after making, thus to make them ready to leave the Gurukula. Snataka Samskara. This is also called as Samavartana Samskara. So the kratu done at that time is called as Utsarjanam. It would be observed by the Guru either on Paushya Suttha Paurnami, on Rohini Nakshatra. Shastra says, Taishyam Paurnamasyam Rohinyam Va Viramet. So that day both Guru and Sishya do pranayama and take sankalpa as Sri Parameswara Prityartham Athitanam Chandasam Saviryatvaya Achyaya Utsarjanam Karishye, like that. Then so saying they should do exactly as they did at Upakarma, that is doing Mantaparatana, Rishi Avahana, Puja, Tarpana, Agnimuka, Homas, etc. And then pray all gods with namaskaras. They should pray that what all they have studied till now should be retained and increase, and they should get the fruit of knowledge. So for several years, the Acharya and his wife took care of all these disciples as if they are their own children, without taking a single rupee from them. Now it is the duty of the disciples to pay Guru Dakshina to their gurus as per their capacity. On Ashadha Paurnami, which is considered as Guru Paurnami, the word Guru Dakshina reminds us of Kamsa, who gave the 14 crores of gold coins as Guru Dakshina to his Guru Varatantu Maharshi, seeking the help of Raghu Maharaja. That's a very good story. So utilize that is how the Guru Dakshinas given by all the disciples at the time of leaving would be utilized for the next year's coming students, those who would be coming in future. So continuously students will be studying there for several years, and every year one batch leaves and one new batch will be joining. And some students who completed education, they could be leaving, that is giving these Guru Dakshinas. So for such Vidyarthis, at the time of leaving, Acharya gives his final instruction and final advice. As mother and father, they tell to their daughter at the time of marriage, after marriage, when they are being sent to in-laws' house. That similarly, this Acharya gives advices to all the disciples before allowing them to enter into society. So I will just read once, and then if time is there in detail, we can tell, but just I'll tell only meanings and then leave them, because time, 3 topics we should cover today, so that tomorrow marriage and then Vivaha Samskara and 6 to 16 Samskara would be done. So this is explained in Ekadasha Anuvaka of Sikshavalli of Taittiriya Upanishad. Om Veda Manu Chacharyonte Vasina Manu Shasti Satyam Vada Dharmam Chara Swachaya Anma Premadaha Acharyaya Priyam Dhanamakrutya Prejatantum Ma Vyavachetsi Satyanna Pramaditavyam Kushalanna Pramaditavyam Puchyaina Pramaditavyam Swachaya Pravachanabhyam Na Pramaditavyam Devapitrukāryābhyām na pramaditavyam Matrudevo bhava Pitrudevo bhava Acharya devo bhava Atithi devo bhava Yāni anavadyāni karmāni Tāni sevitavyāni No yitarāni Yāni asmākagum sucharitāni Tāni tvayopāsyāni No yitarāni Ye ke chasmat shreyagum so brahmanaha तेषां त्वया आसनेन प्रश्वसितव्यं श्रद्धया देयम् अश्रद्धया अदेयं श्रियादेयं ह्रियादेयं भियादेयं संविदादेयम् अथ यदि ते कर्म विचिकित्सा वा वृत्त विचिकित्सा वा स्यात् ये तत्र ब्राह्मणाः सम्मर्षिणः युक्ता आयुक्ताः अलूक्षाः धर्मकामाः स्युः यथा ते तत्र वर्तेरन् तथा तत्र वर्तेथाः अथाभ्या आख्यातेषु ये तत्र ब्राह्मणाः सम्मर्षिणः युक्ता आयुक्ताः अलूक्षा धर्मकामाः स्युः यथा ते तेषु वर्तेरन् तथा तेषु वर्तेथाः एष आदेशः एष उपदेशः एषः वेदोपनिषत् एवमुपासितव्यम् एवमुचैतदुपास्यम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. So Acharya means the teacher, the instructor who studied all the Shastras and who got Vedic knowledge comprehensively and completely and comprehends the meanings of all the Vedas. He establishes them in practice. That is, he practices them himself and then teaches to Sishyas. They are called as the Acharyas. Achinotihi Shastrani Acharam Stapayatyapi Swayam Acharate Yastu Yahatu. Sa Acharya iti Smrutaha. So the Acharya is the one who stores and germinates the mysteries of the Vedic theology in the disciples by teaching. Antevasi, Sishya is called as Antevasi, means one who always stays near, that is one who always follows the instructions of his Guru. So Antevasi means disciple who offers his Trikaranas, Manas, Vak and Kaya, mind, speech and body, that is all deeds to his master and to know, get the knowledge and study. Vedamanucha Acharyaha Antevasinam Anushasti. After completely teaching the Vedas to the student, for which he deserves, the master instructs the students like this as final verdict. So it is Anushasana, means command, edict we say. That is given, that is following the teaching. That is, after instructing the Vedas and Vedic knowledge, then this Upadesha is given. This is the Shasana made by Paramatma in the Vedas. Then how can the edict be disregarded? So it is to be obliged. We have to obey, all of us. Just as the edict of the king or government is to be followed without questioning, thus the edict of Paramatma, Veda and Acharya should be followed. The Vedas are called as Prepu Samhitas. The disciples must accept and obey the instructions of the teachers, gurus, as that of edict, Shasana, and follow. This is the edict, teaching and advice given by the master to the student finally. So first among them is Satyam Vada. Always speak truth. Truth is that which never changes with the change of time, space, or persons. Trikala Abhathita we say. That will not be changed in past, present, or future. So it is always, it exists, it is same. Sat, Upanishad described Satyam as Satcha, Tyatcha, Satyam Abhavat. Sat means to be, to existence. Tyat means, that is, Sat is permanent. This is called as Paramatma. To speak about Paramatma is Satyam. So, Tyat we can say, Tyat is that which is being left, that which would be changing. So, that which is permanent and which changes, both are Satyam only. Because the nature of this world is to change. And also, these Sat and Chit are explained in different ways in the Upanishads and commentaries. Now, whatever words we speak about speak, that should be either it speaks about Paramatma then that becomes Satyam. Or while walking in the path of the marga shown by our Shastras, even that is Satyam Yadartha Bhashanam, we say. Truth is to speak what is as it is.
Visalakshi Nora.
ఏమండి వినిపించట్లేదా?
వినిపిస్తుందమ్మా.
మరి ఎందుకు మధ్యలో మాట? సత్యం యథార్థ భాషణం we say. So we must speak as it is, that exists. That is always Paramatma. So to worship divine with the speech and in the form of speech is truth. The first command given by the teacher is to speak truth. Now second instruction is dharmam chara, practice dharma. If we just speak of dharma, it is of no use. We must put it into practice. So knowing the complete form of dharma, we have to practice it. By practice only we can take care of and protect dharma. The greatness of man is to know dharma, to live and practice dharma, to live righteously, mostly to practice swadharma, to enable the nature and all living beings to follow their dharmas and to practice all physical, mental karmas in relation to God. So in these two very important advices, Satyam Vada and Dharmanchara, Acharya is teaching the disciples as to how they should behave physically, mentally, and then verbally also Trikaranas. Actually, what is dharma? What is Satya? Anybody may get a doubt. So to clarify that, the master is continuing his teaching. It is the Upadesha given to the entire mankind, the whole humanity, all human beings. All of us should follow all these instructions. Veda and Shastra always speak in the form of command and taboo, as we say. That is prohibition, Vidhi and Nishedha. So these are the Vidhi Vakyas that should be followed without questioning. Then Nishedha Vakyas also are there. We must follow, obey them. Now the third command is Swachaya and Ma Pramadaka. One should always be alert in doing Swa-Achyaya, Swachaya. Never be lazy or never neglect. Swachaya means studying the Vedas and Shastras. Whoever belong to which Veda Shakha, they should study that Veda thoroughly and always do manana of what is studied. Otherwise, they may forget them. So Kalidas Mahakavi says, Amnayanam ayogena vidyam prashithilyamiva. That is prashithila. It becomes sidhila if we do not repeat it. So manana is very important. What all we have studied. So continuous repetition and putting them into practice is essential. So we should keep reading and studying Veda, Shastra, Purana, by which we can pay the debt, Runa, Rishi Runa. The 3 runas are there to a person while taking birth. So every human being has to get rid of Deva Runa, Pitru Runa and Rishi Runa. Later 2 more runas are added to these 3 and they are Atithi Runa and Sankaruna. Or Bhuta Runa, we can say. A man has to pay all these 5 runas, which you will know later very detailedly when you come to higher levels. Now the 4th teaching is Acharyaya Priyantanamakrutya Prajatantum Ma Vyavachetsi. The Shishya should pay Guru Dakshina to Acharya, who taught him all this knowledge, and with his permission, he should enter into Grihasthasrama and get children and keep up the progeny. We should not let the tie of Guru and Shishya Parampara also of the lineage to be broken. That is, there are 2 lineages. After completing the study, one should enter into Grihasthasrama and their family Vamsa should be retained by getting children, and Guru Shishya Parampara also should never be broken. Whatever they have studied under Guru, after coming, he must become a master and teacher, Acharya. He must teach that, pass on this knowledge to other people. So this Guru Shishya Parampara, the lineage of Guru and Shishya also should not be broken. by getting santana and hereby teaching to the students. We have to keep up the lineage, Guru Sishya Parampara. So Vidya, Adhyayana and Adhyapana are the duties of all Brahmins. It is Dharma Purushartha. So accepting Guru Dakshina is getting Artha Purushartha, money, which should be utilized for doing Dharma Karyas. Dharma, Artha and Kama, these three are Trivarga, which should be gained and utilized. But Moksha Purushartha is the final goal of our life, the aim of our human birth. It is called as Apavarga, other than that Trivarga. So, fifth advice is Satya na pramaditavyam. Once again about Satya. One should never neglect truth, Satya. We should know the truth correctly and should never tell any asatya, lie. By studying Vedas near Guru, we know what is truth. Sometimes worldly matters create a sort of illusion. In case of truth and Bhranti or illusion, asat jnana may come, wrong knowledge. We should be very careful about that. That is the instruction given to us. Similarly, dharma na pramaditavyam. We should take care of practicing this dharma, and in knowing dharma also, sometimes we may misunderstand adharma to be dharma. So we should be, while practicing dharma, we should be very careful, and we must know dharma, all varieties of dharmas. A lot of information is given in our shastras about this dharma. Then our swadharmas, then dharma sukshmas, also many points are there. They must be completely thoroughly known by these people to before practicing. Thus, the master emphasized the importance of Satya and Dharma. Now, seventh point is Kushala na pramaditavyam. Kushala means safe, well-being. We should not neglect our well-being also. We should be healthy physically, mentally, spiritually, socially also. We should never do any sort of mistakes in recognizing and practicing what brings us good, shreyas, and elevates our atma, our soul. So that is Kushala, by which karma we protect ourselves and gain elevation of our soul, atma. Now, Bhutyaina pramaditavyam. Bhuti means Aishwarya, wealth and prosperity. The real wealth is liberation, getting jnana, jnana devatu kaivalyam. Not this worldly information, worldly wealth, name, fame, etc. They are not. So in acquiring moksha, we should be very careful. We should not fall in greediness, and we should be very attentive in this. Next one is Swadhyaya Pravachanapyam na pramaditavyam. We should not neglect our Swadhyaya and Pravachana. We must learn and teach. These two are Swadhyaya and Pravachana, both are important. We have to do Veda Adhyayana. Pravachana means preaching what we have studied and understood, what we have learned. Any enlightened education will grow if it is imparted to others, given to others. Otherwise, it perishes. Jirnamange Subhashitam says Bhartrihari. If we do not teach to others, the knowledge will get lost. The knowledge retains by 4 methods. Adhiti, Bodha, Acharana, Pracharana. We must study first, then we have to teach to others. We must practice and give propaganda. Now, Deva Pitru Karyapyam na pramaditavyam. One should be attentive in performing Deva Karyas and Pitru Karyas. Deva Karyas are, that is, the deeds related to our teachers, persons, gods and all. Then to perform Yajna Yagadi Kratus, Upasanas. Pitru Karyas are related to forefathers, that is to do Sraddha Karmas, to perform the last rites, Antyeshti Samskara, like that, 16th one. So to the parents, if they are neglected, these two, one cannot become free from Devaruna and Pitruruna. Now next, from 11th to 14th point, 4 are Shasanas, edict. They are Matrudevo Bhava, Pitrudevo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, Atithi Devo Bhava. You know the meaning of all these. These are all adeshas which are to be followed, the entire mankind, all human beings. They are also universal commands like Satyamvada and Dharmanjara. We must always respect consider our mother as God, goddess, our father as God, Acharya as God. That is, we must listen to their teachings, to their words. We must follow whatever they ask us to do. And by that, we must give happiness to them. That is worshipping them. So actually, there are so many words to say the mother and father. Even then, Matru Devo Bhava, Mata, the word is given here, and Pitru Devo Bhava, Pita, the word Pita is given because these two words got wonderful meanings befitting. So, Janani, Janaitri, Amba, etc. So many words are there. But Mata is selected because Mata means Mate Vartate Garpaha Atra iti Mata. Mother keeps the embryo for nearly more than 9 months' time. In her womb, bathes and protects. So she is Mata. Ma means to measure. She knows what to give at what time, in which quantity, either eating or just study or play, everything regarding the safety of the child. That is why also she is called as Mata. So for the sake of children, mother endures everything and she bears so many hardships, keeps diet, etc. and all. So we must always love, respect and honor Mother Matru Devo Bhava. So for father also, we say Pita, Pitru Devo Bhava, Pa to protect. Pita means one who protects, though there are Janaka, like that, so many other words are there to indicate father, but Pita, Pitru Devo Bhava. Pita is one who protects, takes care of the well-being of children. So now Acharya, Acharya Devo Bhava. Acharya is Upa, and then Atithi Devo Bhava, next to two. Now Upachayan Dasha Acharyaka, Acharyanam Shatam Pita, Sahasrantu Pitrun Mata Gauravena Atirichyate is given in Manudharma Shastra. This speaks about the greatness of mother than Acharya and father also. Guest is Atithir by Narayana. So we must respect Atithis. So Shastra says that Acharya is equal to 10 Upachayas, like that, the meaning of that sloka. So Pati iti Pita, one who protects the child and gives him, educates him, feeds him, and finally gives Brahmopadesha, which leads him towards the goal of his life and become Brahman. So father is to be worshipped, and Shastra says that one has to become a worthy son by observing certain duties. Then only the son would be called as Putra. Son is called as Putra. He can be called as Putra. Jivato Vakya Karanat Prityabdihi Puri Pojanat Gayayam Pindadanena Triphihi Putrasya Putrata. If he does these three, then only he is worthy to be called as Putra, the son. Kabirdas says, Guru Govinda Dovu Kadai, Kadai, Kake Lagum Pau, Balihari Guru Apne, Govinda Diyo Batai. So the parents give birth only to the body, physical baby, but the Guru enlightens and imparts knowledge to children, and he gives birth to the Jnana Sharira. So Acharya is to be worshipped as God. So next comes the guest, Atithi Devo Bhava. Atithi by Narayana, we say. So he is to be worshipped. Those whom Atithi Apyagata we say, whom we invite and they come, they are Apyagatas. And he who comes without being invited, he is Atithi. He must be taken care very much. Gurubala Prabothika says that Satatam Atati iti Atithihi, one who always keeps on moving, and he never stays more than one tithi at one place. And then 15th point is Yani Anavajani Karmani Tani Sevitavyani no Itarani. Yani Asmakagum Sicheritani Tani Tvaya Upasyani. no itarani. Acharya is instructing the Sishyas to do such works which are defectless and not others. He says, you must follow our noble qualities and virtues only, because we are your gurus, acharyas, masters, taking us as ideal. You may want to follow us by all means, but if any human errors may occur in us also, so you should have to take care of. You have to take our virtues and good deeds as ideal and not others. So avadya means wrong, anavadya means right, which is not wrong, that is good. So be careful and attentive in doing the pious and meritorious deeds. Ramavad vartitavyam na ravanavat vise. Sucharita means good conduct, good behavior. Now next point is Ekecha asmat shreyagumso brahmanaka tesham tvaya asanena prishvasitavyam. Those who are our well-wishers, who are Brahmins, who are learned persons, scholars, elders by age, if they come, we must get up and greet them, give them, offer our seat to them, and do all hospitality should be given to them. So Shastra says, those who worship such elders, their pranas will stay in the proper places. Otherwise, the pranas will move. So we have to honor elders and scholars. Now next prabodha is about dana guna. Tyaga naikena amritatva manasu. We say by tyaga, a person can become immortal. So we get immortality by tyaga guna. Dana is also good. Dana and tyaga. Dana is giving something out of, if we possess something, a little amount of that would be given. That is called as dana. But tyaga is, suppose something we are in very much need of that at this hour, and at the same time somebody who is in the necessity of this thing, if comes and asks, or even without asking, if we know that he is in need of this, if a person offers that to that person, that is called a tyaga. So there are many tyaga purushas. Now dana, how this dana should be given is given in from 17th point in so many sentences. Srarthaya adeyam, asrarthaya adeyam, sriyadeyam, bhiyadeyam, priyadeyam, samvidadeyam. So dana is to be given with all these rights. So Shraddha, with utmost attention, Shraddha we have to give. With carelessly, we should never give. And whatever we possess, accordingly we must give. And Hriya, with bashfulness, we must give, that we are able to give only this much and not much. Bhiya means with fear. We have to give fear in the sense whether it is to a proper person only. Patrata nerigi danamu we say. So thus we have to give samvida, means samvit means knowledge. So knowing the necessity, we must give. There are so many stories, Rantideva story, and then Bali Chakravarti, etc. They are all which speak about great donors, datas. It takes time, so I'm not telling stories. Now Vedamata is instructing us how to give anything to others. In all these words, Shraddha, Samvida, etc., all these. So we must know how to give. Then this Kautsa also, the Sishya of Varatantu Maharshi asked Rakhu Maharaja to give 14 crores of gold coins, which are to be given as Guru Dakshina to his master Varatantu Maharshi. Then Rakhu Maharaja wanted to fight with Kubera and bring money, and knowing the intention of Rakhu Maharaja, Kubera himself rained heap of gold coins in his treasure house. So the entire money Rakhu Maharaja wanted to give away to Kautsa, and Kautsa wanted to take only 14 crores of gold coins, counting them, because only that much is to be given to his guru. He does not want to take even a single coin more or less. That is the greatness of those people. Now next point is athayati te karma vichikitsa va vritta vichikitsa vasyat. If at all we get any doubt as to which ritual is to be performed and how the behavior should be, Acharya says, after leaving the Gurukula and stepping into society, many doubts may be arising. So at that time, you have to act independently, taking decisions. Then if you get any doubt, then you must follow the words of scholars, learned people. Ye tatra brahmanaha sammarshinaha yukta ayuktaha alukshaha dharma kamaha syuhu yatha te tatra varteran tatha tatra vartethaha. Then there you observe the scholars, Brahmins and great people, educated people who have the knowledge of Vedas, Shastras, and who are very intellectual, and those who can judge well what is good and what is bad. You follow them, you take their advice, and do not ask those who are rude, harsh, either by words or deeds, and who do not have proper knowledge. So the same is preached even by Sri Krishna Paramatma. Yajyad acharati shreshtaha tattadevetaro janaka sayat pramanam kurite lokas tadanu vartate. The ordinary people always follow the actions of great people. So the noble people should be very careful in practicing. So Acharya is advising the students to follow all those Brahmins, Brahminical, rational, austere, then conservative, virtuous people only. So Vedas are for Ishta Prapti and Anishta Parihara. So one should acquire Veda Jnana with Guru Susrusha and gain knowledge by practice that should be retained by them. Taking Brahmajnanis as ideal, we should lead our lives. So Sammishritva means having the grasping power and to possess the power of proper discrimination. Sammarshinaha yuktaha. Yuktaha means one who has yoga kshema. Yogaha karmasu kaushalam we say. So having skillfulness in doing the works. So we must follow them. Ayuktaha means having interest in sadbhavanas, satkarma acharana. So, and aluksha means rukshata, harshness. We should not approach such people. So only those who are endowed with sattva guna and who got knowledge, they should be approached and followed. So dharma kamatva is having intense longing and concentration on dharma only. The very nature of dharma raja is to be dharmika. So those who are possessing sattva guna and not rajasa tamasa guna, those who got sahana guna, they should be followed. So those who got indriya nigraha and self-control and all, they are the ideal people for us. So the 6 qualities described here for dharmacharana are brahmanatva, samarshitva, yuktatva, ayuktatva, alukshatva, dharmikatva should be possessed by the acharyas and all. So Sri Ramachandra's Satyanishta, Dharmaraja's Dharmanishta, Satya Harishchandra, all these we know, Shiva Chakravarti, Nanti Devi, Dharma Pravartana, Shankha, Likita, brothers and all. So many stories are there who follow Dharma Sadachara. Now next one is Atha Api Akhyateshu Ye Tatra Brahmanaha Sammarshinaha Yuktaha Ayuktaha Alukshaha Dharma Kama Syuhu Yathate Teshu Varteran Tathateshu Vartethaha. There are so many Akhyana stories. So whenever we get any doubt, we can see the stories given in either in Dharma Shastras or mostly in Sri Mahabharata, Ramayana, Bharata. There are so many ideal people. We must know from them. But while knowing, sometimes we may get the doubt that if we learn about the stories of great people, noble people, great Maharshis, they might have done the works which ordinary people can never do. We must understand their greatness, but we should not take their actions to be followed by us. Suppose Jamadagni Maharshi, he asked his son Parasurama to cut his mother's head and kill her. And because Pitrudevo Bhava, he immediately followed his father's words. So we should never do such words, because Parasurama knows that his father got the capacity to revive his mother. So all these such things, so many incidents are there in Puranas and all. Those we should not follow them, but we have to learn from them. Then now here we can stop, and then next samskara will go, because there are so many other points also, but that may take more time. Renuka Devi's story and so many Purana Purushas are there. So, and finally the advice is given, Esha Adeshaha Esha Upadeshaha. This is the advice and this is the verdict. This is the sasana which you have to follow compulsorily. And they say always Om Shantihi, Shantihi, Shantihi 3 times. Why we say 3 times Shanti every time when we recite the Shanti mantras? Because to ward off the Achatmika, Adi Bhautika, Adi Daivika tapas. So to keep ourselves away from these, we say 3 times Shanti, Shanti and Shanti. Now 13th samskara is Keshanta samskara. It is also called as Godana samskara, Godana vrata. Since the birth, all children, boys and girls, behave equally, almost up to 9 or 10 years. Both of them play together and study together. Their voice, then spirit, enthusiasm, everything will be almost equal. But the dresses they wear, the hairstyle, the earrings, etc., they differentiate them, but not their behavior or thinking, playing and all. Slowly they start to recognize the difference between male and female. Then they are a boy or a girl. Slowly from the age of 9 or 10, parents begin to teach the girls that because they are girls, they have to know what they have to do and what not to do. The mother starts to teach her daughter how to do the housework, cooking, etc., and how to, and also she tries to explain the girls how that they should play and mingle only with girls and not with the boys, because that is not at all good. So the delicacy of the voice remains in girls, though they grow healthy and strong and age is coming to them. Similarly, certain changes start to occur in boys also. Their voice starts to change a little and get elegance in the place of softness. So human life can be divided into 6 parts, we can say. Shaishava, that is infancy, infant, then Balya, childhood, then Kaumara, adolescence, then Yavana, youth, then Vachyavayaha, we say middle age, Nadivayasu, then Varthakya, old age. The several stages we always pass on, every individual. Infancy is from birth to 2.5 years or 3 years age. Though they are fully dependent on parents for everything, yet that is most happiest time in life, we can say. Childhood is most enjoyable time to both girls, children and parents also. So the childhood starts nearly from 4 years to 10 years. At that age, they would be treated with much attention by the parents. Then they can spend their time happily, freely as they like. Approximately from the age of 10 to 17 years or 18 years age would be teenage adolescence. That age is very dangerous and parents must take care of them at that time, because they know yet they do not know. Even though without knowing, they think they know everything. So, and at that time only parents must make them walk in the right track. They should not get deviated from correct right path. During that time, many changes take place even in the growth of their bodies also. It is the duty of parents to teach moral values and the virtuous life. Virtues of Prahlada must be taught to each and every child. Then only their lives will be happy. Rama and Sita's Lakshanas characteristics should be taught to them. So in the olden days, parents used to do Upanayana and at Garbhastami and sent to Gurukulas, observing this Brahmacharya Vrata Diksha. The students used to study, and Guru and Guru Patni, they used to take care of. So there is no chance for them, their mind, their indriyas to get tempted at all. But when they live in the cities, so many changes are there. There are many a sort of attractions, worldly attractions are there. So we should be very careful. Now, when the boy begins to grow short beards and then muschet, as we say, misam, or whisker, at the age of 15 or 16, actually those who are in celibacy, brahmacharya vrata, diksha, they do not have to remove their hair or the whisker also. They allow their muschet to grow till Snataka Vrata is performed. Then after completion of their education, then they remove that everything. And then these, and another thing is, it is the traditional custom to celebrate Keshanta Samskaram to the boys at the age of 16 or 17. So that is called as Keshanta Samskara. When for the first time the beard and the mustache would be removed. At that time, the boy has to give a Vardi cow along with the calf to Guru. So that is also called as Godana Vrata Keshanta Samskara. So normally in our custom, the boys who have parents alive, they will not remove the mustache fully, only partly they can remove, but Keshan Samskara would be performed by the Acharya at Gurukula, so parents may also be coming there and all. So even this Samskara would be done as that of Chuda Samskara. Already we discussed about that. The properties are the actually, the prosperity of brahmachari is thought of and said in the sankalpa by the acharya and by the parents. And they have to do the Agni Pratisthapana, Ganapati Puja, Swasti Punya Vachaka, everything they have to follow and do. This Guru and brahmachari. Then Patra Prayogekalu, like that, so many slokas, mantras are there. They do certain vratas, Ajya vrata or something like that. Then Guru performs 8 homas and makes the disciple participate in that doing all. Whenever the Guru asks what all is instructed, the disciple follows. Then the Sishya takes bath again, becomes holy and donates this cow to, milky cow to Guru as Guru Dakshina. So then onwards, till the completion of education, the hair will not be removed for those who are staying at Gurukulas. So now, but certain people may remove periodically also. There is nothing done. But Shikha will be kept. Shikha is to be maintained by every boy. And for, of course, for girls, Jada, matted hair is already there, braided hair. So whatever may be the custom, they can follow that. This is about Keshanta Samskara. Similarly, for girls also, Rajaswala Samskara is there. This is also would be performed like a festival, and there are scientific reasons also. So much of scientific knowledge is there behind this samskara, which is, and so many mythological stories also connected with this. In Purana, it is said that Jagannatha creation to Brahma did the creation of woman herself. Naturally bashful, virtuous, gentle, very patient, very skillful, very loving, efficient, very pious, attractive, and very handsome, delicate also. So as soon as a girl is born, we say mostly Mahalakshmi is born. Jagannatha took birth in our house like that. So we consider girls as equal to goddess. Changes in the growth of body start to appear from the age of 9 and 10. Then the woman who causes creation, who expands the lineage, the Vamsha, begins to undergo changes in the body accordingly. Normally, girls may mature from the age of after 10 years, in between 12 or 13 also. So it would be a sort of remarkable event. It should be treated as a pious vow and follow the rules given in the Shastras. No, not, noting down the exact time, they should contact the astrologer, and if any Shanti karmas have to be done, they must be done after 11 days. That is on the 11th day is considered as auspicious day. And there is a very long procedure also. Of course, now it's not necessary, so I'm not telling. Uh, that is how on third day what they have to do. On fourth day they have to take bath. What all procedure is given there to give bath to her, and after bath what is to be done to her, and during these 4-5 days what sort of food is to be given to her, everything. So many points are there behind them. Great scientific reasons are there, health related causes are there. Then on 11th day or 21st day, till 11th day, she is not at all allowed to go out also in the olden days, but nowadays, after 4 days and 5th day onwards, they are coming out. So many sari wearing ceremony also they do. And actually, at the time of taking bath on 4th day, a good procedure is there. Minimulu, as we say, that is the dosha, as we say, because the rice is the grain of moon, and Masha, the Minimulu is of Ravi, of Rahu Graha. So to get their Anugraha, these dosalu, as we say, they should be done in the morning after her bath, and they have to be applied hot dosas to her navel part, and they should be given to Chakali, as we say, the washerman, Kadupu Chalava, we say, and see, keeping good clothes and all to them money, we must get their blessings, especially. So keeping these hot doshas here on the navel, scientific reasons are there. They say that the uterus of the girl would be purified and cleaned, so that later on, after marriage, the girl would be able to get pregnancy and normal deliveries. So, and then all these are very important points, we can certainly say. There are many methods also in doing this. Then Senagalu, we say, we do all this parentum, as we say in our Telugu, inviting ladies and all, and then giving tambulam along with Senagalu for Guru Graha Anugraha. They are the grains liked by Guru Graha, Brihaspati. So, though there are many names to indicate a woman, we say Stri, Yoshi, Dabala, Nari, Puran, Thri, Mahila, etc. So many words. We say Stri. Why? Because Sa, Ta, Ra with Yi are there in the word Stri. So they are Sa, Ta, Ra they represent Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. When Yi, Im is the Bijakshara of Jagannatha. That is Prakriti, the nature is of Sattva, Rajas, Tamo gunas. So the Stri means a woman, means the nature Sattva, Rajas, Tamo gunas, when they are combined with Jagannatha's Bijakshara, third power is there in this word Stri. So in all the women it is there. That is why Stri is Prakriti Swarupini, we say, and the word Stri is very great, noble word, befitting word to noble women. So Puranas give a story, of course, for this, that there was a person, Visvarupa, who robbed away the Yajna Havirpagas of gods without allowing gods to take them. Then Devendra cut his head. He got 3 heads, Trishira. So he cut them. But because he is a Brahmin, Do Rakshasa, this Devendra got Brahmacharya Pataka. So he wanted to get rid of this Brahmacharya Pataka. Otherwise, he cannot be ruling 3 words. Devendra Trilokadhipati. That is ocean, and then earth, and then woman. Because woman has taken, she is blessed. Please, all of you. When class is going on. So Devendra gave boons to the trees, ocean, and then Bhumata and woman also. Now 14th samskara is Veda Vratas. This samskara will be performed by the priest or Brahmagaru along with the Brahmachari before the marriage. The Brahmachari is permitted by the Acharya to go home and get married. Before marriage, the Brahmachari has to do certain vratas known as Praja Vrata, Saumya Vrata, Agneya Vrata, Vaishwadeva Vrata. These 4 vratas together is called as Veda Vrata. Veda Vrata Samskara. So, the ritual done for studying this Prajapati Devataka mantra, it is called as Prajapatya Vrata. The Acharya wants to reform his disciple. So, along with him, he master also gets his hair removed and both of them take bath in river. Then together they do Vikneswara Puja, take Sankalpa, do Punyaha Vachana, Acharyaka, Sishyena Saha, Vapana Purvaka, Nadyam Snatva, like that they say. Taking Sankalpa, they worship this Mantaparatana and also they invite and worship Shatkanda Rishis with and do Shodasopachara Puja. To them, all these 6 sages, they are Prajapati, Sagumkuti Devatas, then Yagniki Devatas, then Varuni Devatas, Swayambhu Cheturmukha Brahma, then Sadasaspati. So after worshipping all these 6 sages and Devatas, after worshipping them, they should give tarpanas to all these gods and to all the Maharshis and do homas. Then both Acharya and Sishya should stand up and pray like this with folded hands, just as we perform these Prajapatya Vrata and all. That is Swasti, Sraddham, Medham, like that, the mantra which I already said while speaking about Upanayana. So thus we have to, they pray, then they pray Agni Deva, Vayudeva, Surya Deva, and they say, oh gods, please all of you make our Vrata success and give us knowledge, make us enlightened. And they complete all these. Actually, the student takes 1 year time for learning and studying, mastering these vratas. So, because 4 vratas are there, 4 years time it takes. So, within 4 years he completes, and after that, it takes 1 year. Aditya Vratapati, we say Vratanampati, like that. Then Prayaschitta homas they have to do. So like that, all these Prajapatya Devataka mantra Achena, Prajapatya Vrata, they do all these 4. It takes, then they say actually Prajapatya Vrata, Shuchyartham, Ruchyartham, Shantyartham, Abhyudayartham, like that. With this wish they do, Guru and Sishya together. So all these 4 vratas when completed, then again Abhyudaya Karma, Swasti Punyaha Vachana at the beginning and at the end of all 4 vratas they have to do. They do, and then Utsarjana also they do. When all these 4 vratas are over, then Tarpanas are over, everything is completed, then thus the Brahmachari must complete the 4 vratas in 4 years before the marriage, and then only that Snataka Vrata would be celebrated by the Guru and then sent to their respective homes and then permitted to lead household life, getting married. Swasti for today. Tomorrow we'll start marriage, Vivaha, and we'll complete both Vivaha and then Antyeshti Samskaras. Swasti.
Thank you very much, Amma, for explaining in detail of all the different sutras, 3 different Sodasakshara. And now we have any doubts from the audience, from the participants?
Students.
Chat is there. I'll just. Any doubts from the participants?
No,
Now we have
Mataji.
prayer from Tejaswini.
ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्. ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः.
Thank you, Tejaswini.
Thank you.
Now we'll have Janaganamana. जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल वंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाये तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे जय हिंद. Thank you. Now let's stop the recording.
Okay.
ఓకే అండి. గుడ్.